Hi, it's Hope, and welcome to the video. This is going to be a book haul for the books that I hauled from like the last week of February up until like the first week of April. So I'm going to title it like March book haul because I received like the one book only a couple days before March started, and then a couple literally I think April 1st I think is when the package came in. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books, I think. So we'll get started with, I think, the biggest book, which is There Was Fire by C. Bryant. And this, from what I can get in the back, it is about a girl named Corla that has been freshly inducted into a specialized military group, and now that she's in the military group, she realizes that everything is much darker and dangerous than she thought. And I'm assuming it's about her trying to get out of it and all that. And this book was so graciously sent to me by the author. It's one I've yet to read, but I'm wanting to get to it soon, but it's so big that it's kind of like deceiving. I think it's like over 700 pages, but this is a like author copy of it. So the actual book is only like 300 pages because a lot of it's like this. But yeah. Then the next book is the Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. And this is about, I should know what it's about, I'm reading it this month. It is basically a race where, like every year, a race happens where riders attempt to keep hold of their water horses long enough to make it to the finish line. Some riders live, others die, and there is a returning champion that is facing, and then someone who is never meant to do it. And it's, I don't know, I'm just kind of reading this, and it's not that great of a description, but it seems interesting, as our one character is the first ever female to enter. So then we have, well, it's a duology. We have Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. And this is a duology that, I'm trying to think the easiest way to describe it. Basically, we have a thief named Kaz Brecker, and he recruits people to do this heist, and if it goes the way that they're supposed to, all of the people can get away from their ties to whatever they're tied to and earn a large sum of money. And so that's what the first book is, and the second book is kind of like the aftermath of that and more of the story too, because stuff obviously goes wrong here, so it's kind of rewriting the wrongs. I don't know how, I'm bad at explaining this because it's been a little while since I read the book, so I'm going to probably be rereading these. I was definitely going to be reading these before whenever the show for this and the Shadow and Bone trilogy come out, which I need to get that. Next is Shade of Gold by Cassandra Clare. My cat just walked by my door. This book is about this. How do I explain this one? This takes place in 1903 Edwardian London, and we follow characters who are shadow hunters, who are humans with angel blood that have these these extra abilities. And when some new shadow hunters arrive in London, demons start to act up. And the past 20-some years, there hasn't been much demon activity. And it's our kind of main group of characters that kind of figure out what's going on and try to save the day. Along with there's a bunch of different stuff going on. I don't really know how to properly I don't really know how to explain it otherwise, but I read this and I love it. Yeah, I think this is the only book in this, those two, and then like Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and those are the only ones I've read, because I read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom before I got the copies of it. I just saw they were on sale and just went, yep, I want to buy them. So the next thing we have is a book outlet haul that I literally just received a few days ago. I've read none of these, but we'll start off with what is it called? The QB Bad Boy and Me. This is a book that I originally started reading on Wattpad, and it was one that you needed coins for, and I used up all my coins to read the first little bit of this. I loved it, but I didn't have the money to continue it, and when I saw it on Book Outlet, I was like, you know what? Screw it. It was like $5, and it is about a girl named Dallas who is a cheerleader, and I'm trying to read this quickly. It's about a cheerleader named Dallas and a quarterback named Drayton, and it's like they annoy each other, and Dallas has a dream to pursue her dance school dreams in California, and it's kind of as they kind of start a relationship and all that. It's like I'm trying to read this. It's like it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. Sorry, I got a notification. The next one is, I forgot to say who this is by. This is by Tay Marley. I forgot to say that. Next we have Shatter Me by Tahereh, Mafi, and this is about a girl named Juliet whose touch is fatal, and I'm just gonna read the back of this because it's hard to explain in this section, but no one knows why Juliet's touch is fatal, but the reestablishment has plans to use her as a weapon. But Juliet has plans of her own. After a lifetime without freedom, she's finally discovering a strength to fight back for the very first time, and to find a future with the one boy she thought she'd lose forever. That's the easiest way to explain it. I'm excited to read this. Yeah. And then the final book is Dreamfall by Amy Plum, and this is about, I'm gonna open this. It is about a group of 7 teenagers who volunteer to take part in a radical new treatment for insomnia. And they go through an experimental procedure that has only been tested on one other patient group. They're supposed to be the beta group, but nothing goes to plan. Soon after the 7 of them are put under, they find themselves thrown together into a shared dream world with no memory of the experiment or any idea how they got there. And they're hunted by creatures from their deepest, darkest imaginations and tormented by terrible secrets they'd rather keep buried. And they're supposed to band together to face their deepest fears. This is it's one I don't usually reach for these type of books, like horror, thriller type ones. I've read one like, sorry if the angle changed, camera died. So, as I said, I'm kind of excited. I've read a book that kind of had a similar kind of start to it, where it was an experiment gone wrong, but I've never done one that's kind of like a psychological one, so I'm excited to read this. Oh, and I should have mentioned that Chain of Gold was actually a birthday gift from my mom and dad, so I technically didn't buy that one, but it was gifted to me by my parents. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to be able to make more of these in the future by acquiring more books. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!